Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from gorgeous San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are fired up and ready to rock and roll for a fantastic Monday today. When trouble comes, it's been said, you're either heading into trouble, in the middle of trouble, or coming out of trouble. One of the fascinating things that I love about who I consider to be my primary coach and mentor, said something. He said, in this world, you will have tribulation. In this world, you will have tribulation, troubles. But he also said, take heart, I've overcome the world. Left a great example on how to conduct yourself, regardless of belief, by being a blessing to loving others. Take care, folks. Blessing, forgiving, having mercy, and yet calling out the weirdos, too. Exciting stuff. So, trouble, you're either coming into it, you're in it, or you're coming out of it. I would like to say I'm in it right now. A lot of stuff going on when you have 7 kids and you have 4 teenagers in the house. The opportunity for challenges outside of your capacity to manage it well is significantly higher than the average American couple with 1.7 children. So there's a little more involved when you have that many personalities, especially if you can imagine little seedlings of me and Angela. Ooh, it's scary stuff sometimes, y'all. As I've said, my home is a giant laboratory and I'm a mad scientist speaking life, dealing with philosophy, psychology, faith, hope, love, and doing everything I can to impart to those children since they were in the womb what I attempt to bring to you guys every day. And one of the challenges with raising leaders is that sometimes they want to lead aggressively without a foundation of humility. So it can be very exciting. So trouble, what can you do? You basically have truly 3 positions that you can assume when you are in trouble. Let me give you another definition of trouble or having problems so that you can get some clarity on it. I heard an old man tell me one time, Steve Collins, if you can write a check to solve the problem, you do not have a problem. You simply have an expense. Let me say that again. If you can write a check to solve the problem, you don't really have a problem. You have an expense. Steve Jobs would have written a check for billions of dollars in his estate and given everything to be free from the disease that ended his life earlier than the average person. If you can write a check to solve the problem, it's not a problem, it's an expense. So what do you do when you do have a problem and it's challenging you? There are 3 basic positions, and I'm going to give you them very quickly. Number 1 is to stand. To stand. So standing is when you stand firm, knowing that you have done all you can do. And by the way, the serenity prayer that is used in Alcoholics Anonymous that has brought incredible benefit to many of the membership that truly owned that is a great time to have that conversation with God. God, grant me the serenity or peace to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Great place for that. And then you stand firm. Like Tom Hanks said on Castaway at the very end, you never know what tomorrow, you never know what the tide's going to bring in tomorrow. You never know. Stand firm. I've talked to folks before when you're at the very end of your rope, it's late at night and you are down, depressed, broken, and hurting. That's the time to just have a big giant glass of water and go to bed. Go to sleep. You just sleep it off. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Tomorrow is a new day. And new days come with new mercies for each day. So there is the stand. The next is to overcome. So overcome is where you truly begin to recognize what you do indeed bring to the table by way of your knowledge and your skills and your experience and wisdom that allow you not only to stand but to overcome by implementing something that can solve the problem or the situation. Let's say in a marriage, this could be making the decision to humble yourself, to go to counseling, and then coming to the tremendous conclusion that you are not going to talk about the other person, that you are just going to work on your own business. You will work on your own stuff, and you will get out of victim blame mode, and you will rock on with your own bad self and figure out that you are part of the problem. And you work on you. So making a decision to gather and gain more resources for you to become more knowledgeable in the subject that you need help with is a key factor to overcoming. Now you can overcome. Now when trouble comes your way, you can do more than simply stand. Now you can implement the strategies and the tools and the tactics that you have learned by taking the time to do the hard work yourself. Okay, so there's that, right? Next is my most exciting and favorite part, ladies and gentlemen, and that is becoming more than a conqueror. More than a conqueror. Now, more than a conqueror is a very different state of mind. See, imagine, if you will, a battlefield in the ancient days of, say, Rome. Imagine on the battlefield that a raiding army is coming into somebody's camp with families everywhere, and they're coming in to take over, and yet that village has some very strong and powerful men and women. Well, you will have some who are not yet skilled in how to defend themselves that will simply stand, and they will be a defense. They will stand firm, stand strong, do what they're told to do, but their position is to stand. Then you will have the others who will overcome. Maybe these are those who are trained to actually engage in battle and to engage the enemy and to utilize the skills and the tactics and the strategies that they have trained themselves to learn in order to overcome the enemy. Okay? Then you got my favorite group of brothers. My favorite group of brothers. JW, you know you one of them. Hoorah, brother. These are more than conquerors. These are the ones whose mindset is, not only am I going to stand, not only am I going to overcome, but I'm going to be more than a conqueror. What does that mean? That means I'm going to take out as many as I can possibly take out myself in protection of these who are counting on me. Then I'm going to chase their tails back to their camp and take back stuff that they've taken from everybody and bring it back to my camp. And my camp is going to be doubly blessed with stuff, the spoils of war, doubly blessed, because I'm going to go into the enemy's camp and take back what he stole from us and others along the way. I'm not just going to stand. I am not just going to overcome. I am going to be more than a conqueror. And more than a conqueror engages in battle in such a way that the end goal is not just the winning of the battle. It is to go and get the spoils from the enemy's camp and bring that back into your camp to disperse out to your people, and then be a liberator of others by training others on how to overcome themselves, so that rather than give them a fish and feed them for a day, you teach them to fish and feed them for a lifetime. Do you understand what I'm saying? You stand, boom, defensive. You overcome. You're aggressive in your tactics. When you're more than a conqueror, now you are positioned to not only stand and not only overcome, but to intently wreak such havoc on your enemy that you go and get the stuff they took from others and your people, and you bring back more than you had before. So more than a conqueror comes out on the other side of this battle with more than they entered with. And what the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. So are you in a battle right now? Are you in trouble right now? Well, you've got three places. You can stand firm, stand strong. You can overcome, get wise, get some battle strategy, some tactics, get some ideas, get some help, get some coaching, get some encouragement, some inspiration, so that you may overcome, and ultimately know that as you continue to overcome, ultimately you can become more than a conqueror by no longer thinking, I just need to stand in this battle, or I just need to fight back in this battle. But now your mindset is, oh, you gonna come against me? You coming again? Hold on a second, let me get this right. You're coming against me? All right, then it's on. But you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go in and take your stuff and everybody else's stuff that you've been taking from everybody else. And I'm bringing it back to my people because I'm more than a conqueror. Do you see the difference, ladies and gentlemen? It's an entirely different conversation. Stand, overcome, or become more than a conqueror. My desire for you today is to become more than a conqueror. You guys have a great Friday, and a great Thursday, and a great Wednesday, and a great Tuesday, and how about a great Monday? Love y'all.